So I don't know if this is true or not, but there's people like on TikTok that are saying that their food stamps are going to get turned off next month. If it is happening, where there's food stamps are getting turned off, is most likely because of the government shutdown. And this is why you don't want to rely on the government. Because this could happen. This is why you want to try to rely on yourself as much as possible, because they can shut it down at any time. And when I was getting help, like, I don't know, 19, 20 years ago from the state, while I was working a full-time job, it's just my full-time job didn't pay me enough to survive and take care of my family. But I still worked a full-time job. But I knew anytime that help can be shut off at any time, and it'll be put on me. For instance, I think the rent was like at the time around $550, $600, and I was paying like $3 something when I first started, like $350, and I ended up working my way up until like just moving out of there and getting my own place. But yeah, they go based off of what you make and what you know. So it's just not something that people should be on forever. The people that are mostly affected right now are the single moms that decided to have relations with losers. And now they expect the government to take care of their kids when it's like, well, the government shut down, so you need to figure it out. Well, who's going to take care? Well, the government shut down, so I don't know what to tell you. What do you want us to do about it? Like, what would you do if the government shut down? You know what I mean? Like, if you people that were on the government tit should be paying attention to what's happening. And I feel bad for the people who are on disability. They can't work, but the people that can work that has just been lazy, I don't really feel bad for. It's gonna be weird for like the government to shut off funding for people, and then them come around and take their kids. So because they can't provide, they refuse to work. I don't know. Maybe there's no jobs where they're at because the community's decimated and nobody wants to go to their community. I wonder, like, some of these like harsh places that cops don't even want to go. Like, it makes me wonder, like, how do like post office workers do there, or like people who deliver Uber Eats or any of that? Do they get all messed up in these bad areas? So yeah, you don't want to rely on the government because they can take it away anytime. To think that the government is just going to always be there for you and provide for you is just asinine. And yeah, these people are saying they're just going to steal. Some lady was saying that people are just going to come up and take your groceries. And like, you're just going to have people that end up being armed, and somebody comes and tries to take my groceries. It's highly unlikely in the community I live in that'll happen, because I live in a pretty decent community. But I would definitely be fighting. You're not just going to come and bully me for my stuff. I mean, you better have a gun. And if it's just me, like, I'm not sure. Depending on the day, if I give a fuck or not. Go ahead, kill me. Okay, cool. Whatever. But people, if I'm with somebody I care about and they come up and they start their, then that's a little different. That's a little different. But yeah, I guess if, you know, I don't know what to say. We can't keep doing what we're doing. We can't keep giving people, like, we can't keep funding people's lives through the government. Like I said, in some type of way where you know how they have dynamic pricing depending on the day, so you pay higher depending if it's busier that time of day or whatever. Well, like I said, they should have that for people who have a lot of assets. They shouldn't go based how much is in your bank account. It should go, it should go based off your assets, how much assets you own. So, like, and if you're using somebody else to shop for you, like, that can happen. But it'll be pretty obvious that through the blockchain technology and being able to see all the transactions, that you're obviously not eating and somebody else is buying through you so you can save money. Well, that's not going to happen. So if you want people to buy stuff on your behalf, then you're going to have to pay higher prices. They just have to pay higher prices for you. So I don't know what to say. I'm just trying to think of something because we need some type of EBT program, but not through the. I would rather it be through the private sector. Just because, like, you can't have people starving to death. You know what I mean? And it's just like, why do you need all these resources to yourselves? You know what I mean? You have to give back, or we're just gonna take from you. Like, we're just gonna break you up and take from you. And that's kind of like you can't just take and say fuck everybody, and then like expect to keep taking from that environment. You know what I mean? You have to give back. And it's not just you don't have to give back like on a grand scale, but like, so just be fair, and I think a lot of companies aren't really being very fair, and they haven't been fair for a while. There's a you know what, if shit's gonna go down, let's let it go down, because I'm tired of fucking waiting, to be honest. I'm just getting older. It's gonna be harder to defend myself the older I get. If we're gonna go Mad Max, I'd rather go sooner than later at this point. I really don't think we're gonna go to Mad Max. It's just like, you'll have certain places where people that commit high crime, you're gonna have people doing that. You might see more stores close up in these type of environments because they're just gonna get wiped out. Well, no one's gonna want to have a store in your community where everyone just steals from it. Like, nobody's gonna do that. You would have to up the prices for everybody else, and no one can afford it because everyone's stealing, and then you don't have that store in your community. So, we just the best way to is to sit down with these people that are on welfare, that have kids and everything like that, and be like, listen, you got 2 years on our system. You got 2 years. We're still going to pay you. We're still going to fund your life for the next 2 years. We're not going to take anything away. We don't care how much money you make. Unless you're like a TikTok star. Then we're going to, what I mean? Unless you become rich. But like, to get off of the government assistance, get out there, work, and anything extra, save, invest, get your credit score up. Like, let's get you off of this shit. That's what they need to start doing, is start trying to get people off of welfare instead of trying to get people on welfare. The Democrats just want to keep people on welfare, man, and that's just unsustainable. In order to do that, we're going to have to keep upping our national debt, and it's just, that's why they're shut down right now. We can't keep giving out these handouts and not being able to pay our bills, and then taking on more handouts, like illegal alien. Get these people out of here, man. Like, what I think if we should make these Democrats pay their hospital bills. Like, if they have to be here, and let's just say, like, until we get these people out, which I don't think we'll get them 100% out, but if we get most of them out of here, and, until we get, like, there might be illegals here that use our hospitals, well, give that bill to the Democrats. Like, they want to make them pay for it. Not the taxpayer, make them pay for it. They should have to start some type of GoFundMe. I mean, if you want to go through the government, make it pay a higher tax. These people should have to pay higher. This is what they want. Like, this is why I like some type of like direct democracy, so I can vote on things that I want. So like, if I vote on different things that I like, that means I'm paying higher taxes. That means I get put at a higher tax bracket, or a higher percentage gets taken out because these are the things that I want funded. Well, I should have to pay more. Since I want this and somebody else doesn't, they shouldn't have to pay for it. I should, since I'm the one that wants it. If I want gender studies or whatever, I should be able to put out, like, here's a certain percentage of my taxes that go to this program. Why don't they pay like, there's nothing stopping these people from putting more money into the government. Like, they can donate to the government, but they don't. They're supposed to be socialists too. They're so stupid. They're like the dumbest people. And like, people might be confused on like my economic stance. My economic stance is I'm trying to figure it out myself. Basically, I've come to the understanding where when you have unregulated capitalism where you just let it go and there's no guardrails, it can just do whatever it wants, you will have slavery, you will have monopolies, you will have oligarchies, you will have kings. And on the other, you'll have centralized system, whether it's a private centralized system or a government central. It's like the same type of deal. You still have a centralized system where you have elites in charge of everybody. It's an oligarchy. It doesn't matter if it's like unfettered capitalism or if it's straight up communism. It's the same thing, man. It's like, yeah, technically it's not the same thing. These are different things. I get it. But it's very similar. You have centralized, authoritarian leadership. Whether it's going to be the state or it's the private, you still have centralized leadership that's authoritarian. So, my stance is I like a merit-based system because I think that people who work harder than me or who I work harder than, I should get rewarded some type of way, or people that work harder than me should have a better life than me. They should have better stuff because they work harder than me, because they can do jobs that I can't do. And this might end up in reverse. And this is like, I think that we're all just getting tired of the whole notion of like working class people being looked down on. I think we're all just getting fucking fed up with it. Not only do we have to deal with like not making enough money to basically live a regular life, being able to go out and do things in the real world, because of all of, everything, just too much money. It's just too much money. Too much of our stuff has to go to different things, and it's just ridiculous. Energy costs too much, food costs too much, housing costs too much, and it's just, we don't have enough left over to like invest. We don't have enough left over to enjoy life, to like being able to go and do things, to spend money. And yeah, it's just fucking old. Like, if I'm going to work, I want to see some like benefits to my work. I don't want to just be like, I'm surviving, that's it. Like, come on, man. Like, why am I working so hard then? You know what I mean? If I'm just gonna like just be getting by, then why am I gonna work this hard? It's like, I'm gonna do enough to get by. And I'm really to the point in my life where I really don't even want to be rich. And I know that sounds weird. weird. I just don't want to deal with all the responsibility. Even if I could be rich, the best I would like to do, the most rich I would like to be, is to never have to worry about working again. To know that I always have somewhere to go, a place of mine. I can, like, no matter where I'm at in life, I can always go back there. It's like a cabin in the woods or whatever. A place I can always go back to. You know, things aren't working out in the real world. I'm tired of working these jobs. Because what I would do, like, I would have a cabin in the middle of the woods somewhere where I can store my stuff. It'll, you know, bury treasure, anything that I can, like I would buy a bunch of storable food that lasts 25 years and just, like, bury it on that property. You know, it's just somewhere that I don't have to worry about being homeless in the middle of the city. You know, I don't have to worry about going to a homeless shelter. Not to say that I wouldn't like to try that experience for a little bit. Like, I would like to try being homeless as an experiment, where if I had, like, some time off, like a good 6 months, I didn't have to worry about it a year, I wouldn't mind trying to see how it is homeless and trying to survive without any money and like filming it and my struggles. I wouldn't mind trying to do that. And I know that sounds weird, but it's just like almost like a simulation. But I don't want to have to really be homeless. I don't want to have to be in that dire situation. But it's worrisome because it's like, dude, you're doing all the right things, and then all of a sudden, like, you don't have a job no more, or I don't know, something happens and you get wrecked financially. Now you're homeless. Like, there's not enough safety nets, man. If you get evicted, you lose your job, you end up, like, wrecked financially. There should be places where I can go and rebuild my life. That if I don't have any family, there's nothing like that. There's no communities like that. Almost like a rehab center, somewhere I can live for like 6 months to a year, maybe acquiring some skills. You know what I mean? Learning how to plumb or something, or construction or whatever. I can learn something there. And then, like, work a job there and try to get myself back on my feet. I think it's kind of ridiculous about the credit score too. How people can fall on hard times trying to do all the right things, you know, and they might be like financially ignorant, like I definitely was, and they screwed themselves over financially, or like it's just like, it just sucks that, you know, like the first time it happens, there should be like programs to help you out. If I go bankrupt, it sucks. And it's like, you want to be able to pay your debts back, but it's like, I didn't mean for this to happen, and you know, I don't think that anyone goes into debt and intentionally was like, I'm just gonna max. There might be people that do that, but I think that for the most part, it's just like they're comfortable, and then they're comfortable with the debt they have, and then it kind of gets out of control, and then they don't know how to handle it. So they end up having to go bankrupt or whatever. So I just wish there was more safety nets for us. That's all. Especially like with the whole doctor thing. It's like, dude, I have to go. With the whole insurance thing, are we going to get to the point where people are having to pay $1,000 just for a checkup. Like they're just trying to get a yearly checkup, and they're gonna have to pay $1,000 out of pocket. I mean, are we gonna get to that point? Like, how much higher are we gonna make everything like more expensive? I understand that the medical place, they need to make a profit, but the whole like price gouging, it's just like, dude, you don't need to do that. You don't like. I find it so weird that. You wonder why I'm not fucking loyal to these companies? They're not loyal to me. They don't give a fuck about me. If they gave a shit about me, then they would make sure that our health insurance is taken care of. They want to make sure that we go to the doctor and get checked out and make sure that, you know, because we're the ones that does all the work. So wouldn't you want to make, oh no, we'll just replace you. So it's just like, dude, why would I be loyal? Why am I going to be loyal to a company that doesn't give a fuck about me? They don't care. I mean, you might have people that work there that are your coworkers that care about you, or like your boss, if you have a good boss. But dude, the company don't give a fuck about you, man. The company, you're just another number. So if I'm basically just a rented worker, they don't take care of me. Like, the health insurance in 2025 is not a benefit. So I don't know why they keep saying it's a benefit. Oh, it's a benefit that I have to pay a $13,000, maybe a $15,000 deductible before they'll even pay any bills. So that's definitely a bonus, isn't it? It's definitely a benefit. It's a fucking joke, man. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, why would I even have health insurance if I'm just going to have to pay the bill anyway? And that's essentially what you're just paying your premium just to, so you say you have the label of I have health insurance. But you're having to pay the bills. Unless it's like, you know, something catastrophic where your hospital bill's like 80 grand. Okay, something like that. But like, you know, we're going to get to the point where it's like anything under 20 grand they're not going to cover. So you still have to pay a weekly premium. It's like, what? Like, for what? Oh, so I have to pay this just to... So, like, are you going to be like life insurance type of deal where you only pay for like major things that happen? Or, you know, that's basically... You should be covering all that shit. You know, if you want to have like... The whole deductible I didn't have to worry about until... like 10 years ago, whenever Obamacare came in, that's when I had to start worrying about it. Like, honestly, it should be like on the scale of, like I said, people who have higher resources should pay more for stuff. I don't know what to tell you. It's just because we have such a huge gap between us at this point, and it's just getting bigger. You guys should pay more for stuff. I don't know. Like, They have caused this problem, the people in charge, and the only thing that we can do is just like make them pay. Like, I don't know. Like, we the people at the bottom have no control over anything. We don't control nothing. We're just like, we're in their world. It's their fucking world. They own everything. Like, we don't own shit, man. So it's kind of like, it doesn't matter what I think or what I do. I'm going to be fucked anyway. So, like, that's why you have a lot of these Gen Z people are like, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to enjoy my fucking Starbucks coffee. Oh, well, you shouldn't do that. It's like, you should sacrifice. Like, for what, dude? What am I, like, this isn't the 1960s anymore, man. Like, we're in a complete economic... There are people that still like, oh, you can, and you can. Like, to be honest, you can get rich. It's hard. It's extremely hard. Because they basically pulled up the ladder behind them. So, basically, if you aren't rich, you're probably just never going to become rich. And this is why I got a problem with a lot of these red pill guys, as they try to put this persona like, do all this, and it's like, dude, like, what woman deserves that? Like, what women does, like, even if I was to check all the boxes, the women that I would attract are gold diggers, which I don't want anyway. So it's like, if I just make myself the best of the, not like check all the boxes of attractiveness for women to like me, like, I don't know what women will fucking deserve that anyway. So that's why it's kind of like, it's not very motivating to want to accomplish that. Oh, become a top 20 or top 10% guy. It's like, for what? So the only way I'm going to have a woman around me is because she only likes me because of my money. Because like honestly, if you're just somebody that is struggled with women and like these guys, like, they're basically preying on these people, man. They're trying to get you to buy their books, listen to their fucking shit all the time, and talk shit about women, and don't want to take any responsibility, and it's like, you got to do this, and it's like, are you reading the room? Are you not paying attention to like how things are nowadays? You know what I mean? Like, they still think it's like 10 years ago. And yeah, like I said, why would I want to put all that work in for somebody that doesn't give a fuck about me anyway? And yes, I understand. Like, part of women's attractiveness to me is they look at me. I'm some type of like financially stable person. I get it. So some type of like a little bit of a transaction. I get it. I understand. But I don't want a woman that only is with me because I'm rich. I'm sorry. It's like, why? If I was in that position, I would just get hookers. I would just get prostitutes, because I could just tell them to get the fuck out. And then I can just, like, it's probably cheaper anyway. It's probably a lot fucking cheaper than dealing with this high maintenance fucking woman. You just, like, get call girls, move to another country and get fucking hookers. I don't know what to say. Go to Las Vegas. It's like, it's fucked up how it is nowadays, but I hope that women can change, and, you know, like, people adopt the type of mentality that I had, that I was like, I don't want my kids being raised how I was raised, and I want it better for myself or my life than what I seen out of my parents or my grandparents or even my brothers and sisters. So, like, hopefully, like, that's the sentiment of the youth going forward, is I want it better than I see it. Like, I see what's going on with feminism. I see I want better. So, I think that's about it for this video. Yeah, take it easy.